What to do when you're married to a narcissist. My name is Paul Friedman. I founded the Marriage Foundation, and I'm going to help you with this, but we're going to step back first, and we're going to be realistic. Now, there's a few of you who are watching this who know for a fact that their husband, yes, because women rarely are diagnosed as such, but if you don't have an actual diagnosis that your husband is a narcissist, which is likely, then I urge you to stop thinking of him in those terms. So I'm going to show you what I Googled here because I wanted to give you more information about this. This is what I'm going to read to you. Well, I'll read it first. Narcissistic personality disorder. One of several types of personality disorders is a mental condition in which people have an inflated sense of their own importance, a deep need for excessive attention and admiration, troubled relationships, and a lack of empathy for others. And you're going, oh yeah, that fits. So now let's really dig into this. Let's unwrap this a little bit. Because in reality, that's not the clinical definition. So here's what a narcissist actually is. A narcissist, because it's a serious problem for the individual who suffers with it, more so than the people around them. So a narcissist is someone who has created an image that they put in between themselves and the rest of the world. Sort of like a mask. But it's more complicated, obviously, because it's an entire personality. And why would you do that? What would cause that? It's very easy to answer that. Fear. You're afraid of being found out. So it's very deep-seated. The people who have developed these personalities start at a very young age. And it doesn't matter what caused them to do it. It's just one of a billion ways of hiding from the reality of the world. Now, I'm talking about it in these terms because you're married to your narcissist. And you're asking, what do I do about it? And I want to share with you what to do about it. Because when you get married, you're telling the person, I'm going to love you with all I got, right? Body, mind, and soul, forever, in sickness and in health. And so when we use the word disorder, we don't think of sickness, but we should. It's kind of a sickness. How you missed it, I don't know. It's always been there. It's this personality that they have out there. And you know, those people usually don't drink alcohol or use drugs, because if they did, the whole thing would collapse. And those who do, who have that problem, literally become alcoholics and or junkies, because they can't handle, everything collapses. And so if they just drink a little or use a little medication, like narcotic type stuff, their whole thing dissolves. So you've got a sick puppy, you might say, if they are like that. Well, what do you do? I'm going to tell you what to do. That's what you were asking for. What should I do? Obviously, you don't want to get a divorce. Bless you for that, because in sickness and in health. So there's a reality that we find on Facebook and stuff in different manners with different stories, but it boils down to where there is light, darkness cannot exist. So in a marriage, believe it or not, the number one missing ingredient in most marriages is the active and proactive expression of love. Ironic, isn't it? You get married because you love somebody, but slowly we call it real life things set in, and we become comfortable being critical and judgmental of them. It's much easier to be critical and judgmental of someone other than yourself, and blame them for not getting what you need. And when you put those in, the love gets pushed away. So most people suffer through marriages because the two reasons that they got married for get pushed away. The two reasons, the promises of marriage, are happiness, increased happiness every single day. And if your marriage is properly working, narcissistic or not, narcissistic or not, the happiness will still be there. But more important than that is we get married because we have an innate need for love, for unconditional love. Well, love does not exist with criticism, condemnation, critiquing. It just gets pushed out. So the best thing to do is to revitalize your marriage. Don't worry about the symptoms of his disease, which he probably doesn't have, but this works either way. Revitalize your marriage. Bring into your marriage those two things that you got married for: the happiness and the love. And don't do it helter-skelter. Don't just have, okay, that's what I'm going to do from now on. You have to learn how. Because everything we have learned in the world is for the world. It's defensive. It's to protect us. Because if you're not protected in the world, you're going to get smushed. But you're supposed to go into what I call the sacred space of marriage in order to enjoy holy matrimony. I say, holy cow, this is amazing. And your marriage is not amazing. But you can still make it so. You have to let go of the critical thinking, which you already have if you're already labeling your husband that way. And look, there might be a few men who are watching this video. Same thing holds true for you too. But it's less common. The trend right now is to accuse men of being narcissistic because they think a lot of themselves. So that's really it. I hope you take this to heart. Maybe you could subscribe to my videos, get more of a sense of marriages based on realistic, universal principles of love and happiness. I don't mind if you like this video. You could leave a comment. And other than that, thank you for taking the time with me. And blessings to you, blessings to your husband, and blessings to your family. Take care.